Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the most ridiculous vampire in all of the Hotel Transylvania movies? And I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about the way she's carrying herself. That's right, Mavis Dracula. Like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the most stupidest, ageless vampire known to the whole saga of Hotel Transylvania and monsters to boot? Mavis Dracula, Jack. And by the way, this is the Brandwell channel here, at its most handsome, Mavis Dracula, folks. Now, for all 5 movies, five is near the beginning to start. All five movies. Now, all 4 movies starting from here. And here. What in the hell is this? Like in this, she, like on the cover, she looks, and all the way through the movie, she looks exactly like she's giving birth to twins. Like, I mean, what's going on here? And by here, you think she'd be looking more like a vampire. I get the I don't get it. Like, I get the gothic look, but with Mavis Dracula the vampire, instead of Mavis Dracula the half human, half vampire. Like, wow. I mean, at least she was happy in the first one. And here, and then, and here she looks like she's having a terrific bowel movement in the middle of the jungle. Like the pathetic smile, like, you know, that smile that is like, I've got to go to the bathroom. My bladder's going to break. My water's going to break. I need to get to the bathroom. That's what she's looking like. Like, not bad, not necessarily good, not necessarily bad either. But she becomes an figment of who she really was. Not in the third one. Not in the first one. Not in the first one, but in the second one. She becomes an figment of who she really was in the first one. Like, how the death grab on Dennis, her vampire son, which is joking, which actually looks, who should I say is way more, who should I, and who I should say looks way more of a vampire than even Dracula. Like, I mean, look at this. He looked even more like a vampire than his grandfather, than Dracula. You know, like, or the kind of like. So, okay, here's my peek at the pack as I take a, you know, an eggnog, hip of the doodah. Like, why is there even a 5th one coming in? Might I ask? With an ageless entity, with an ageless vampire woman who looks more gothic than vampire. Like, holy damn it! Like, what? Like, I mean, what the place is good? Like, I mean, what's going on here? She never seems to age. She never turns into, like, like Mavis never seems to age. She never seems to age, and she never really vampires out. You know, and she's like, Dad, and she's like, Dad, he's almost 5. Don't push it. Thank God Dracula did push it, because if he didn't, Dennis would have no idea what he was up against later. You know, I wish Dracula had more of a control on, like we're talking a vampire baby, okay? I don't care if he looks more human, and the people have speculated on that. Like, I mean, for the love of Stein, like, for the love of Frankenstein, like, when is Mavis gonna age? I mean, she's been 119. Like, I mean, she's been 118 since the first movie. What's going on? You know, like what she, like, I mean, what is this? A gothic look? Like, what is this? A gothic version of Peter Pan? Like, can someone tell me if she's a gothic vampire reimagining of Peter? Like, can I mean, can somebody please tell me if Mavis is actually Peter Pan? Like a gothic vampire version of that? I mean, come on. She looks the same in every single movie. Like, they do her birthday in the first movie. But she never really ages in the other movies. Or Vampire's out. Or Vampire out. And, like, you know what I'm getting at. Like even Vlad looks like he's lost. Like, even Vlad looks like a... Like, even Vlad looks like is... Like, even Vlad is a way more realistic version of what vampires look like in real life. They're old. They're like even Vlad in these things look way more of a vampire than even Dracula does. Like, what are people thinking? Writing Mavis Davis. I almost said Mavis Davis. Like, what are people thinking? Writing in a vampire woman, you know, aka Mavis Dracula, and don't write her in the other movies as aging up. And for for Pete's sake, like with the fifth one, when the fifth one comes out, I hope to the sons and daughters of Frank Sinatra, like when the fifth one comes out, I hope to Moses and Aaron and everybody else in the Bible that Mavis ages some years in the fifth movie, you know, or has way more of a vampire-esque look, you know. I mean, she was 118 in the first movie. She was 118 in the second movie. She was 118 in the last, in the third, in the fourth. Like, Like, I mean, when is she going to age? I mean, for crying out loud. She looked pretty damn great at 118 when she ought to be more vampire-like. You know? Like, I mean, she looks awesome for 118. You know? She makes the rest of the world of humans look like, well, monsters, you know, by comparison. Like I bet in real life, the real mavis Dracula would be looking nothing. Like I bet mavis Dracula in real life, like outside the movies in real life, would look nothing like this. You know, like a gothic version of Red Riding Hood. You know, like I mean, geez, geez, come on, like, put some freaking ages. Like I mean, put some Fluke Reynolds ages on her. Like I mean, get her to age up. Write her as like 150. You know, like she's definitely 150, but like if you look at these movies, she never seemed to age. Have her at least 150 when the fifth movie comes out. Like I mean, come on, like we need Mavis. We need a Hotel Transylvania movie where she ages at least 6 or 7 times prior to the other movies. Like, and probably looking way more vampire, and probably has vampired out since the last 4 movies. You know, like looking I don't know, like something like Glad. You know, into things looking somewhat similar to Blad, but maybe like more, you know, within in the vicinity of like who she was in the other 4 movies, but aging and show signs and showing ages and showing signs of aging. You know, like she is a vampire after. Like I mean, she is a vampire after all, right? When are they gonna write her as 150? You know, like I mean, she like she looks like her dad more than like she looks more like Dracula, her dad, in all these things. Why not give her something more like a not looking exactly like Vlad, but looking something somewhat similar? Like I mean, come on, we wake up here. Like she looks great for 118 in all these movies. When is she going to be written as aged? When is she going to be written as 150 and show some signs of being 150? You know, and I don't mean to be, you know, I don't mean to be loud. I don't mean to be loud, but for crying Pete, you know, like she's a vampire for Pete. She's a vampire for Pete's sake. So where's the signs of aging there? You know, when is she going to come from? Hey, I look hot. Like when's she going to come from? Hey, I look hot in Gothic. Like when's she going to come from? Hey, I look really hot in Gothic attire. To ooh, I wonder what we're going to do next. Like when is she going to come from? Ooh, I'm really hot because I'm in Gothic uniform. To like this is like I mean like in the first one, she was looking like, hey, I'm hot. I'm hot because I'm in gothic. Like here, she's looking like, hey, I'm hot in gothic attire. To either even hotter in gothic attire, but I'm getting up there. I'm sorry to repeat that. Like in here, she looks like she's trying to say, "Hey, I look hot for my age. I I'm I look great in gothic attire." In here, and in this thing, she's looking like she's actually happy to be there. You know, happy to be alive or dead. You know, happy to be. You know, she's grown up from being, ooh, I look really hot in gothic attire, to, yeah, I can do this. And in this, she looks absolutely dreadful. Like, what? Like, why the hell am I still wearing these clothes? Think about it. Like, different ages of Mavis Dracula, but where's the signs of her aging? Oh, that's right. They didn't write them in. Oh my god. Like, we need Mavis to be aging and showing signs of aging as a vampire. Like, he's not 5. Like, Dad. You know, and she says this. Dad, he's barely 5. Don't force this on him. Don't push it on him of being a vampire. Well, duh. What do you think he is, a turtle? He is a vampire. Or as everyone would have him, a right fanger. And when Dracula and Wanda and Wolfie and all of them trying to help him, I realized, like, they're not. They are pushing it, but they're pushing it because they see potential. That, but they're not, like, they are pushing it on him, but they don't care. But Mavis doesn't seem to care one way or the other. She wants him to stay in either like a vampire corner. She wants him, like, one half is saying, no, I like my son the way he is. I don't mind if he's human or vampire. Dracula is trying to endure the fact that he is a leech fanger and that he just needs some guided help. So someone to push, you know. So that's what that's doing in, like, the second movie here. You know, Dracula and his backup gang, they're trying to push Dennis not to become a vampire, but to at least get some stamina, an idea of what a vampire is, you know. So, Mavis, maybe you should back off here. Like, you can only be the mother of the year uh, for so many years. You know, you're gonna let your father in there. You're gonna let your husband. Like, Mavis, honey, you can only be mother of the year for like a few years. If anything, if anything, Mavis is pushing it on Dennis, because that's been her attitude all through that second movie. Like, if she really didn't, like, if she wasn't, no, just read me out on this one. She's the pushy one. She's pushing her father into a brick wall, away from Dennis, because even she's unsure of what's going on, and she really should be saying, yeah, Dad, I need some help here. Like, instead of doing that, she goes all monster on Dennis. You know, instead of doing that, like, Dad, I need some help here. Like the responsible vampire mother, or like the responsible mother to, we're being a vampire here. She's disagreeing with it instead of engaging in it. She's kind of like putting the stake into into Dracula's heart, because she cares about Dennis. She cares about Dennis, and her inside ability is going, my father's going to kill him. Like he should not be learning the ways of this. You're a vampire, Mavis. You are not by any means a unicorn. You know, they gotta be glad. Like you ought to be proud that your father and his friends are trying to push Dennis into, the area of not really being a vampire here, but at least getting some backbone to being a vampire. Which is what you want. That's exactly what you need, Mavis. Someone who's been there. Someone who knows a little too well how to carry on vampire genes. Someone who can, as you have lately put it, push. Like this is not by any chance. I'm gonna see my people here. Like if anything, Mavis is the monster in her own son's life. She doesn't want anything to do with really anyone there. She doesn't want anything to do with her father trying to help him to his vampire potential, and she's avoiding contact with Johnny almost throughout the whole movie. Like, what do you call that? What do you call that? Being a mother? There goes the phone. When did this become a phone? When did this become a telephone? I'm gonna eat that phone if it doesn't shut up. There, enough to listen to me. This is gonna be an interesting video. Anyway, let's come back here. Mavis is 10 times the monster than she thinks her father is. Like, she's almost not having any contact with Johnny, her husband. She just and like she's really not contacting. Like she's not really having any contact with Johnny, her husband. She doesn't want her father near Dennis, let alone, bringing the vampire out of him, which he should be doing, which he should be doing, bringing it out, bringing up the elephant in the closet that his grandson is a late fanger. He should be pushing that, because that's who, that's who Dennis is. A bit like I'm pretty sure when he gets old, when Dennis is old enough, he's gonna turn into a full-fledged vampire. Like he turned into a bat in the movie. Doesn't that explain anything to you? He was scared for his friend there, being, like physically neutered by other vampire. by other of his own kind. You know, like, what does that explain to you? That he's the child prodigy of of the human. Like, what does that explain to you? That he's not a vampire? I mean, that's who he was the whole damn time. It's just that right at the end, or near the end, is when that is revealed. Like, I'm getting tired. Like, I'm getting tired of people that do that. You know, I'm getting tired of writers writing in stuff that might be good for the next movie, but might not be entirely good for you know, I'm tired. Like, I'm getting tired of that. I'm really tired of that when writers write stuff in to one movie and it might not necessarily fit until they make the right until they write another movie and write it in there. You know, like I really hate that. You know, it's like The Simpsons on Goosebumps. You know, like, come on, like, the whole story of Mavis is being 118 for every movie. You know, 4 movies in a row, 118. When is she going to grow up? When is she going to age? In the 5th movie of this franchise, I hope she has at least, like, no reflection left in any mirror. You know, something like that. Or, you know, I hope in the next movie, I hope within the next, you know, Hotel Transylvania #5, she has no reflection anymore. You know, I, I, and Wilbur there, and Wilbur there has, like, uh something of the skin texture like her grandfather, Vlad. You know, not copying Vlad, but at least, you know, aging in that, but at least aging in that where in that direction. You know, has like a like, I mean, we come from, like, here, where she looks hot in gothic attire, and 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 you know, uh, and she's really cute and attractive, really cute and attractive, but at least has grown up a little bit, you know, to being like, yeah, yeah, I can handle this. And then you come to here, and she's looking like death runned over. You know, like like she's almost looking like, am I still wearing the same? Like, why am I wearing the same dress? Yeah, how many years am I getting? Like, she's almost looking like, which is kind like what she says in the first movie here is that I'm hot, I'm hot, I'm cute, I'm attractive, and I'm in gothic attire. Here, I am I am no I'm not I'm cute, but I'm not just wearing gothic attire. You know, like, like I am a woman. Here, here, she looks like she forgot to go to the bathroom. She looks like she forgot that she had a, you know, in this, she looks like she had a bladder attack. You know, like, give it up already. All right, like, we need, like, in the 5th movie, whenever that comes out, she better friggin' be like, written as 150 and has signs of being 150 as a vampire, you know? We need signs. Like, we, we need, like in the 5th movie, Hotel Transylvania 5, she had better be 150. She had better be having the signs of being 150 years old vampire. You know, skin texture changing, um, um, becoming more like a vampire. You know, because in these things, it's not even relevant. Like, she's still, you know, it's like she's the ageless entity. You know, it's like she's the vampire. It's like she's this ageless vampire Barbie girl. It's almost like she's the ageless vampire Barbie. You know, like, I mean, put some friggin' years on her, 150, and give her some signs, that she's 150. You know, skin texture changing, um, and looking more like, you know, a combination of her father, her grandfather, and anyone else that came before her. You know, that's what we're talking about. You know, Mavis's coming of age story. So, if it's her coming of age story, why not put some views on her? Why not make her more like a vampire? Why not make her look more like her own? Why not make her look more like an actual vampire, for God's sakes? Or for Moses' sakes. You know? This, she looks great. She's attractive, and she's cute, and she's in gothic attire. This, she's past the cute stage, and she's a woman, you know? She's able to carry herself better, and stuff like that. This, she looks like her bladder gave up. She looks like here, also this movie, she looks like she's going to have a bladder attack. Or her, or she's got the cramps really, really bad, you know? Like, come on. Either, like, she needs to age up or get written out of the movies. That's what I think and feel, you know? She either has to age up and has signs of aging up, or she needs to be written out of these movies. Like, can't you see what I'm saying? Can't you see what I'm saying? She has to either age up in the 5th movie and looking more like a vampire and coming, you know, vampiring out, or she's got to be written out of the movies. Like, alright? Anyway, after I yelled my face off about this, I bid you good night. Until the next brainful. So yeah. So after I just about yelled my face off about Mavis Dracula and not aging at all, I bid you good night. I bid you good night. Until the next brainful. So I just about yelled my face off. And until the next brainful, and until the next thing I do in here, I bid you good night.